I'm Maria Menounos, and you're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
All right, guys, thank you so much for joining us. It is the first episode of Katy Keene. I did not expect to love it as much as I did, but I totally loved it. I am Yvette, and I am just a fashion fanatic, and I have very many orifices. And then to my left, I have Sana, who was a huge Lucy Hale fan, and Mr. Bryant, who is just a CW super fan.
Yes.
So enough about us. Let's just talk about this show. Like, I don't know if you guys understand, like, what the show is going to be doing.
Honestly, like you said, I was super surprised that I liked it because at first I'm like, okay, this is going to be predictable, maybe a little cute. But the drama and all of the hotness that was in it and the steaminess.
Yes.
I was a little bit like, I have to watch again.
Yes.
You know what I really liked is that it was, as much as it had its cute little corny moments and its that doesn't really happen moments, it had real life situations, you know, and it just, you know, some of the things I'm like, that's messed up. I'm like, but you know what? That's real life. So speaking of real life, I'm going to get into, I liked that as much as it was, a lot of people may not think that it's something that you can relate to, but I related so much to Katy Keene, and I never really even thought about it just because I grew up and my grandma was a seamstress. So
I love that.
I knew a lot of, you know, how things are made. My grandma would always make me things. Till this day, I go to a department store, I flip clothes inside out, I look at the stitching, I look at the material. So it was really, really nice for me to watch, but what I liked is that it showed that there was a little girl with a dream.
Yeah.
Yes.
And, you know, she took it and ran with it. And I'm just like, this is so, like, it's so sweet.
For sure.
Like, it was something that was, I thought it was very nostalgic to watch.
Yes.
And I'm just like, this is adorable. So.
And also, like, talking about that part, it also brought realness to the table when Josie was in the park and she was singing, and then, you know, she gets discovered. And, you know, it all seems so real. Because in L.A., like, if you guys live in L.A., you know that can happen. I mean, it happened to me in a coffee shop, but one time, and you think it's going to happen, and it's so real, and then that's when the realness actually comes.
For sure.
Especially when she was in the studio, and they're like, no, we're going to move. We're passing. And I was devastated for her because I understand when you try so hard for a dream and you're this close, like you could literally taste it, and then it's just poof, it's gone.
Well, let's talk about real quick the live chat. I'm excited. They're excited. Hi, nice to meet you guys too.
Hello. Nice to meet you.
Could it make 5 seasons like Riverdale? So they're basically talking about how they're hoping that it's going to be more than just one season. And I know, Bryant, you were mentioning that. So what do you think?
I think it's going to do really, really well. Like we talked about, we all loved it. Like I'm a little bit different than you guys. I went into it knowing I was going to love it. And like my expectations were here and it went like there. Like literally like was so good. A little bit of everything. It was, like you said, the drama, the realness, and it was steamy. So yes, loved it. And I think it's going to do really well. Love how it's a Riverdale spinoff and kind of just, I'm going to get to that later, news and gossip. So wait on for that. But yeah, it was great. The characters were great. We not only met a lot of them this first episode, but we got to see like so much about their story in just this first episode already. Right. So that's what I really loved about it. It was like a jam-packed pilot. So
yeah, I think they did really well at introducing at least each main character, main character, and showing a little bit about them. I feel like maybe we're gonna learn a little more about KO and Francois. I loved Francois. The little bit that you saw of him, I really did love him. So I really want to start off with how she was just, I literally wrote down, we meet Katy as a vivacious, driven, self-motivated, up-and-coming, self-made designer. And I really, really like that you see that and you see that she's driven to do that. And then just like the real world, you are met with someone when she straight up was like, this is going to be your career. Like, you're not going to move anywhere from here. So it's like, as much as a lot of people would tell you take that opportunity, you could still step out of it. A lot of people, if they're not strong enough, they are going to fall into that role where I'll just work my way up in the company and not move ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I would totally piggyback off of that. And like you said, I related to a lot to Katy, but I also related a lot to Josie. Both of them kind of just coming up, like you said, trying to chase their dream. It's really, really crazy that I worked at a department store that rhymes with Lacey's.
Oh,
yeah. So it's crazy that I see Katy so much of myself working there, thought it was great and I loved it, but knowing that there was so much more and a dream that I wanted to chase outside of that place, even though I was doing well.
Right.
So I related to that so much, and I loved how they portrayed it. I loved how she was, like you said, she kind of was still working her way up, and she was like, this is what I'm gonna do to eventually get there. And of course, we saw in the end that she did. She made that decision and she made that leap to say, I think I'm going to do it, but I'm also going to focus on my dream as well. So I love that.
I did. And what are we seeing in here? Oh, you're going to love this. The CW has already ordered another 13 episodes for season 2
I
of the
love
series. So it's very likely that it will be renewed.
Yes.
So it's really good. And you know what I like is that I got... well, obviously, also just because it's on the CW, you got a very Sex in the City vibe without being too much sex, more city.
Yes.
But I really did like that, and I thought it was really, really, I thought it was great. I thought it was nice, and I think it's something that kids need to see. Not kids, but I would say the younger generation. That it's something that they need to see, that as much as you want... you have to work really hard for what you want.
Yeah.
Yes.
You're not, as much as Josie got discovered and she was working hard, it's not automatically handed to you. And I think that the show's really showing the concept of hard work and getting there.
Yes.
It's like you're going to be faced with so many no's.
And haters.
So many no's, so many haters, so many people that are going to be doing sneaky little things under you. And it's like you just got to keep going.
Yes.
And that's something else I loved about Katy, is that she always was prepared and she always had a backup.
Yeah.
You know, but I was actually a little bit upset, once Amanda had came.
Hate her.
And it just showed, in real life, how, you can work so hard and be the best at what you want to do, but there's always somebody who's waiting for you to mess up so then they can take your place.
Yes.
Because, man, Amanda made me feel like, oh, no, she made me feel disrespected. And I was just watching it.
I know. I totally agree with that. There's always going to be someone that cuts you down, but why does that have to be? I heard something recently. It was someone else's gain is not your loss. Why can't we all build each other up and we all succeed, So that's what I want to see from this show. I'm sure we're going to see it more.
Right.
Yeah, but I loved how they portrayed it, but also I'm just oh, come on. Why can't we just all be friends? But
we wish the world could be like that. But I love that Iron Knight, they said that they got Gossip Girl and One Tree Hill vibes from the show.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, I will say my cousin in high school, she was a huge One Tree Hill fan. I was not, but I was a Gossip Girl
I'm
fan.
100% on that.
And I get that because, the whole, hey, Upper East Siders.
Yes.
I have a little more grunge to me today. I didn't go as fashionable. So I'm a little Lower East Side in the bodega, getting the little sandwich downstairs.
Yes,
That's my vibe today. So, but I really wanted to talk about was Jorge.
Yes.
I loved him. I love me a good drag queen.
Yes.
I love all of that. But I would not have casted him in the Broadway show. Me and Bryant had this conversation. I don't know if you remember. You're like, honey, you weren't kicking high enough. I didn't get it. But I did like that they are showing, his masculine side and his feminine side, and they're not making it seem like it's something so taboo. They're really talking about it. Even just this little bit that we saw today, they didn't really go in depth, but you see him as a normal guy and whatever. He just likes to get dressed up and perform, and I really liked that.
Yes.
But what I did appreciate too was how the director called him out.
Yeah.
The way he called him out. because what I liked about that was the realness.
Yeah.
That does happen. They are blunt like that, and they will say, you know, you're this, you're that. I don't care. So as much as it kind of hurt to watch it,
Yes.
I appreciated it.
For sure.
What do you guys think? Do you guys?
I did too, because I feel that, you know, a lot of times in shows we don't get to see like the actual reality. It seems like everything is fairy tale, and it's true. It happens, you know, where you go to auditions and you are just not it. And I feel like now in our days and time, in the world we live in now, especially, it's important to show like the realness of what's been happening. Like there's not enough diversity as well. Like, just, he has talent. I mean, he knew how to jig to the right and the left a little bit. You know, he was on beat. So he just has to kick his leg up a little bit more. But he was on beat, okay? And come on, those eyebrows.
Okay, he had better eyebrows than I did.
Okay.
So he could have a little bit of my hair.
Right. He could have at least been like to the right or stage left or something.
So then, now, okay. So we kind of like went off a little bit here. But ladies, this is a PSA. And gents, PSA. When you meet a man or somebody that's offering you a job, you do not dip your pen in the company ink, especially on the first night.
Oh my God.
So,
retweet.
Let me tell you, I kind of had a problem with that.
I did too.
I did, because I'm just saying they gave her this vibe like right off the bat, like, I'm so desperate for a record deal.
Yes.
I slept with him.
I agree.
But I will say this much though. She didn't. I don't feel like that was her intention. I feel like she really kind of like, maybe Riverdale, you know, she didn't really have to go through that, you know. But I feel like it was genuine on his part too. I feel like it was really a genuine connection, like they really do like each other. But it's just that, you know, he's been trying to, you know, show that like there's talent out here, but they're not taking him serious. And then Xandria decided to blow his whole operation up. So I guess he's not getting any more booty from her anymore. Well, because apparently he picks him up at the park.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Girl, you got to protect yourself. Yes. Make yourself you know, like, it just... But that sister was, oh, God.
I know, she was tragic.
Did you guys kind of peep like the Cruella de Vil type,
type
of the street?
Yes, she is a villain.
Yeah, so it has to have that little,
and she had all the red, all the black. She didn't give me no Rogue from X-Men, okay? She didn't give me that vibe. She gave me the Cruella de Vil vibe. But, I mean, you know, it is what it is. And I just thought that they could, I don't know, I think they did Josie a little dirty.
Yes, I agree. And like you guys said, like, it definitely wasn't the intention, but that's how it was perceived. Like you said, like, literally they could have had a genuine connection. He could have really liked her. And I think maybe he didn't do it intentionally, but it could have also been that way. Josie is like in this like wanderlust, like just moved to New York. Like she's like bright-eyed and everything.
Exactly.
And she was like, oh my gosh, not only am I going to get a record deal, but I'm also going to get this cute guy wanting to be with me. Like that was it for her, you know? So I think they both had the best intentions, like you said, but to everyone else, including us, it looked way different than what it was.
Yeah, it looked a lot more different. So I was just like... You know, it sucked. It sucked, and I'm like, hopefully it goes a little better.
Yes.
You know, just because I was like, no, that's not how it happens.
Yeah.
Like, we shouldn't have done Josie like that.
But I'm already rooting for them. I'm rooting for both those two and Katy and KO. I am like a CW couple, like, number one. Tyler and Caroline, Asher and Olivia. Who else?
He's got me.
Yes, I got everybody. CW couples are my gig, so yes. And also Riverdale, of course. We love some Veronica and Archie. So yes, I am waiting for Katy and KO and Alexander and Josie to that's it.
Did you see Katie's shirt? Like the
I love
KO.
Love. So cute. I was like,
at first I was like, cake, knockout.
I was thinking knockout. I was like, knockout. I was like, oh,
I
okay,
thought you said, I love to knock it out.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, girl.
But I really like that. And I mean, when he was like, oh, move to Philadelphia with me. I don't know if you hear me. I was like, are you stupid?
Right?
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Oh my gosh.
Don't do it. Even though I will say, depending on the circumstances, if you want it hard enough, you can move up anywhere and you can do it.
And
Yes.
it's not far. Like, I thought he was just going to be like, hey, like, he'd stay in Philly. Because Philly and New York isn't that far away.
Sure.
So, like, technically, like, they could always see each other.
Yeah.
But, like, for her to leave New York, that's like, you can't do that. I feel like once you've made it, like, once you've accomplished what you wanted to accomplish, and like her dresses are everywhere and she's really living out her dream,
Right.
then yeah, like you can live
Retire
in Philly.
yeah.
Yeah, you can live in Philly and come back.
The Upper East Side.
Right.
Get a nice suburban house in Philly with some cheesesteaks.
And you can go back and forth. But like until then you have to establish, because it's like LA.
Exactly.
When you leave, like people don't know you anymore.
Sure, yeah.
Until like, you know, you started to make your mark in the game.
Yes.
So.
Well, I mean, what I like is Katie's support system, and I like that they're
Love.
showing as much, like, the little bit of drama that there was, I appreciated it, but what I really did appreciate it was that it shows that people still have good support systems, and they have people that are behind them 100%.
Yes.
Just like when Josie's like, you're not moving to Philly, you're
Right.
following your dreams if you quit that job.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And in life, you need people like that. And I think it's really nice to see that. And I know people are always like, yeah, I'm behind you, or I support you. But it's like, even though she just met Josie, it's that one person that was like, you know,
Yeah,
just
so inspired her so much. Yeah.
exactly. And she even said, like, Katie was like, I saw Josie living out her dream, and I remembered that's what I was here for. That's what
Exactly.
I'm here for. And I think that sometimes in the places that you would least expect it, that's that inspiration that you get. And I think people really need to remember it's all who you surround yourself with.
Yes.
Yeah.
If the people surround you aren't dreaming and they aren't doing, then you're surrounding yourself with the wrong people, because then you're going to start to think like them.
Sure.
And you're going to get upset when you're not fit. I feel like the worst thing ever is when you're living out, you know, you quit your dream.
Yeah.
And then someone else starts to live it out, and then you're just looking at them through the lens, and you're like, dang, if I would have just kept going. And that's why I don't want Jorge to quit, because I don't want him to.
He won't.
No,
I don't
think so
want him
either.
to quit.
Yes.
He's got too much of a sassafras to
Yeah.
it. He don't want to be like, I'm going to stop.
Yes.
But fun fact, external shockwave, it's 2 hours estimated travel time from New York to Philly.
Oh,
LA to
that
San
is
Diego.
perfect.
That's traffic from the Valley to Santa
Yeah.
Monica
Right.
during rush
I drove
hour.
That
yesterday
is
from
perfect.
Anaheim to, I'm sure to know how, it took me 2 hours.
There
Yeah.
you go. There you go. So you know what? You guys can make it.
Yeah.
Right.
So, let's see. What was your guys' like moment where you were like, this is going to be like the successful show that it's supposed to be?
The proposal. Like, that was
I
it.
saw it.
I was really fanning myself.
If you guys could have seen him, I was just like,
It's like he was getting proposed.
He was like, I was getting proposed to, legit. Like, when he was like, she went for it and she was like, I can't do it. I have to live my dream. And he's like, well, that's okay then. I'm going to go and we're going to do long distance. But if we're going to do long distance, I'm going to do this. And he popped the question and I was like, oh my God, hold on. Legit, like, where is that for me? Like, but I loved it. And that was definitely what it made me think, like, that sealed the deal. Like, love the episode. And to end on that good note, like, it wasn't a cliffhanger. Kind of it was, because you don't know if she said yes. Obviously, she better say yes. But, like, it was just, like, a perfect way to wrap up, like, highs and lows and then boom, you know? So I love that.
You know what? And I know we've been sitting here talking so much about all the positive, but we need to bring the one thing, the two things that just bothered me.
That was my favorite part, actually, was the
Go,
bad
girl.
part. That's how I knew it was going to be great. When they were outside, and so Francois.
Oh, yes.
Gave her that job. I was like, yes, in your face, because that's how it happens when people try to knock you down.
They're going to get it.
Like karma,
yes.
It comes on time.
Okay. Iron Knight. I am going to say yes, because I totally got Miranda vibes from Gloria. She reminded me of The Devil Wears Prada.
Oh, yes, I was thinking that the entire time.
But she just wasn't he says but worse. I don't think but worse, because we haven't seen as much into the episode, so we don't know how she really was. But it did have a bit of a Devil Wears Prada vibe, just like
I felt that.
Just like Anne Hathaway had Stanley Tucci, kind of like that was his little, little mentor, not mentor, his little toy. I don't know, whatever you want to call
it.
Protege. There we go. That's what I was looking for. That was Francois. But what I loved about Francois was he's like, I'm giving you that job. He goes, and you're not going to be here for more than 6 months.
Yes.
He goes, 9 months max. He goes, because then you're going to be doing what you love and what you want to do. And he goes, and that's designing.
Yes.
And
period.
Just right there. Because I feel like you need people like that. But Gloria is one of the people that you're always going to run into, which is you're going to be here forever. You're not going to go above me.
Yep.
And that's it.
Yes.
You're stuck here.
And I think it's important to, it's important just like with someone like Gloria, you need them also, because they're what pushes you.
Exactly.
Yeah, because you're pushing, not like we always say, like you're pushing to rise above them, but you're not. You're pushing to just make yourself better. And you'll be obviously above them, but yeah, those kind of people will push you and you'll be better.
And what I did like was when she just kind of you kind of saw her break down a little bit. Yeah. When she was like, oh yeah, well, I'm going to get like a more stable job. So you kind of saw her losing her spark a little bit.
Yeah.
So I think good news is she didn't lose that spark. But since we're talking about good news, don't you have some news about the show for us?
I do.
Bryant?
So everyone in the chat, love it. Thank you for all our gossip. I love it. But for those of you who don't know, this is a Riverdale spinoff. And of course, Yvette said that I am the hugest CW fan. Love me some Riverdale. So what I love is that if you haven't seen Riverdale this week, it actually had a cameo from our girl, Katy Keene. So there she is. She looks beautiful. So she visited her friend. Actually, Veronica visited her in New York. They are apparently old friends, and it was just great. So my news is that the executive producers of the show, of Katy Keene, who also does Riverdale, basically said, this is our first Katydale or Katy Keene Riverdale crossover. So we're hoping it's not going to be the last, because it was great, and I want to see Veronica up in here in Katy Keene. So that's our news.
Oh, okay. Well, see, I don't think it's going to be the last one. And what I really like is that there's these crossovers, I love how everything is going back to like the comic books, and I really like that this show's kind of taking that stigma away from comic books.
Yes.
And I think Riverdale really did that, and I think Katy Keene is going to kind of like seal it,
for sure.
And I love it because I'm a nerd. But comic books aren't just for nerds. Like, they're for everybody, and I really like that they're doing that crossover, and Katy Keene's being really, really mindful of just kind of incorporating almost everything for everyone.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, I kind of don't see someone that wouldn't like it.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? I just think they did really well at appealing to like a mass audience that's going to get the viewership and people to watch.
For sure.
Yeah, of course. And they have it where it's like different stories that everyone can kind of relate to.
For sure.
Or you can see yourself, at least in the character. And representation, I loved it. And I love of the different cultures and just everyone just being of different nationalities, everything, just a lot of variety. I
love
like
it. Yes,
Yeah,
so
they did really well at showing the melting pot of what is New York.
Exactly.
And everyone knows that. And I think nowadays, everyone's got their, they got their black friend, they got their Hispanic friend, they got their gay friend, they got their white friend, they've got everyone. So it's like, it's showing the diversity of your groups and everyone that talks, just like every single one of us on this panel. Like, literally, like, we all could have been on Katy Keene, so it's okay. We'll send you guys our info.
Right.
To any talent that you guys see. But so we do have another special segment, and I'm really excited about it. So, Sana.
Yes. So we have 3 truths and a lie. I love playing this game. So I have to have you guys tell me which one you think is the lie.
Okay,
Okay.
cool. Let's do it.
All right.
So, okay, we have fans might get to design Katy Keene's costume. Okay, Katy hasn't had a new comic since 2008. Katy didn't hear Josie sing while she was in the studio. And the last one is Camille Hyde, who is also Xandria, auditioned as Katy.
Oh.
Ooh. What was the first one again?
Fans might get to design Katy Keene's costume.
So I'm going to go with Camilla Hyde audition for Katy Keene. I think she's perfect for the role she's in. So I'm going to say that she needed that role of Xandra. So I'm going to go with that's the lie.
Oh.
I'm going to go with the lie was that she hasn't had a comic since 2008.
Okay.
And I'm kind of waiting to see if anyone
Yes, in the
please,
comments.
you guys
comments,
have
but
to.
because I see External Shockwave and Iron Knight, they are going back and forth, and they got something to say. So I'm just like, would they know? But I don't know if I could sit here and wait.
Yes.
The second one, okay. So Iron Knight says that the second one might be false.
Okay.
Okay, are you guys ready? No one
Yes.
else wants to chime in? Okay. So, actually, you got it right.
Oh my God.
Here we go. Where's KO?
So if you win, KO comes running through the door in just his underwears like he did in the opening scene.
Yes. And now you get a free I Love KO shirt.
Oh, there it is.
Oh my
Katie,
gosh.
where is she?
Oh my gosh.
I want a size extra small.
Do we want it cropped, see-through,
Yes, let's
mesh?
do it. I'm gonna give you some Jorge vibes. Yes.
We'll bedazzle the heart
Yes.
while we're at it.
Oh, I would love it. I
Yes.
would love it.
Oh,
Yes.
So I know we're super, super, super excited about this show. You can obviously tell how excited we are just talking about it. So let's get into predictions of next week's episode.
AfterBuzz TV predictions.
So we're going to start with Sanaa.
Yes.
What do you think is
Okay.
going to happen next week?
Okay, so I feel like Amanda is going to start, doing her job, but the boss, she's going to actually ask Katy for some help because I
Ooh.
don't think that she'll be able to do it like Katy because she has that intuitive mind. So that's what I think.
I like that. That's good.
Okay.
Yeah. My predictions. Maybe it might be a little bit early in next week.
Okay.
But I definitely think Katie's gonna say yes. She better say yes, or I'm gonna come for her. But what I think is we might start seeing like maybe disparity or like she says yes and they're like all happy that they're gonna get engaged, but kind of like the long distance might come into play or like, different things. So I think maybe if not this episode, maybe the next episode we'll kind of see
Okay.
like maybe a wrench in their relationship, which I'll cry
Yeah.
about, but it's okay.
Okay. And Iron Knight and External Shockwave have agreed that KO looks like a Greek god that was chiseled by the gods.
You're telling me.
That is what they are saying. I figured you guys would like to hear that. I actually think that in next week's episode, she's gonna say yes. She better say yes. She's stupid if she doesn't say yes. Number one. Number two, we are going to see Gloria kind of regret her decision.
Yes.
So we're gonna see a little bit of the remorse. She's not gonna admit it, but you can tell that she already sees Katy as a threat.
Yes.
Because of when she read the letter.
The letter.
You know how she reacted, and Amanda, like you said, I think she might go to Katy for some help because I think as much as Katy knows that things were done against her, she's always willing to help.
Yes.
Like she's that feminist girl that's like, you know what? I put your crown on, even if you
she's
knocked
what
mine
we
off.
need.
Right.
Yes.
She's the kind of girl that we all need and we all wish we had. So ending on that note, I think it's gonna be. I think that for the most part, the episodes are gonna be pretty.
I think it's gonna get juicier.
Yes.
I think it's gonna get way spicier.
There we go.
Than
Well,
what?
she's getting all
I
that-
love spicy.
Oh my gosh, this is the second show I did today, and all my girls at the end are giving me this eye contact, and I love it.
Oh my god! I really feel like it's gonna get spicy, and it's gonna get some in some ways that we don't even know.
Yes.
All right, now before we sign off, I am going to read the 2 predictions that we have in here, and I've got Iron Knight predicting Katy is going to tell KO that she needs to think about the proposal.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I can see
Okay.
that. I can see that.
And then External Shockwave says Katy will be hesitant on saying yes to KO. I also want to know more about Piper.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Piper.
So,
We will talk about her more next week when we get to more. She was just like teasing us with some hints,
Yes.
like what she does. But I feel like next week it's
Exactly.
going to be, because this week was about Katy and Josie, like everything about them.
That's
but
all it was.
Next week we'll probably see Piper, Jorge, even KO.
yeah,
so.
we're going to get really into all the characters. But we want to thank you guys for watching us and being so interactive in our live chat. I was really excited about that. I'm Yvette Sanchez. You guys can always find me on everything social media at Sports and Sass, and then Sass with 3 S's. Bryant, where can we find you?
You can all find me at the Bryant Santos on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and TikTok.
Oh, TikTok! Wow. Okay, well, you guys can follow me on Instagram at IAM_Sana. So that's SANA_.
Woo. All right, thank you guys, and we will see you all next week. And mwah!
Yes. Bye.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.